Good to see everybody back. Happy New Year, by the way. Yeah. Happiness and healthy, and good health for the rest of the year for all of us.
So how did this game come about? How did this become,
Very quickly.
15 days and you just wanted some.
Yeah, very quickly. When I got the call from really within the hour of each other, the call from both the Utah head coach and Colorado saying they weren't coming, we just kind of scrambled to just try and find a game because, you know, we had our last one canceled at Northwestern. It had been a long time since we had played, and we didn't want our first game in 3 weeks to be at Stanford. So, you know, I know Coach Rochelle, great gal, and runs an awesome program, and they happened to be playing at Willamette yesterday. So we just kind of took care of some expenses and put them on the schedule next year for an exhibition game and put it together. So we really appreciate them, you know, making that sacrifice because they opened their conference play Thursday maybe, and so they have a late flight tonight, and it's not easy to get into Helena. So I'm happy and grateful that they decided to play us. But yeah, it was put together like Thursday.
What do you think of having the three of them together finally?
You know, we got out of this what I was expecting. It didn't look great at times, but it was just good to have them. You saw bits and pieces of how good they really are.
Did you, offensively side, was some of the pick and rolls obviously still was there, but some of the just fluidity and transition.
Oh!
That's as great as that is to see. Were you trying not to play as many half-court sets just by design? Or does that just let the defense bring the offense and let do it?
Well, we ended up running more half-court sets. I wanted us to flow quicker. I didn't think we did a very good job in transition and going from transition into the offense. It was way too choppy early. We want to be more fluid, and it just wasn't the case tonight. It looked like we were in cement, both ends of the floor, but especially offensively in that first half. But no, we wanted to get out and transition more. That's kind of one of our emphases after Christmas, and we looked a little tired, to be honest with you.
Perimeter defense going to be a point of emphasis?
What's that?
Perimeter defense going to be a point in closing out?
Well, yeah, 10 of 21 from the three-point line, and I don't know how many of those were pretty open, a lot of them. Yeah, just miscommunication. Just, quite frankly, we looked unorganized defensively. So we got to get better, no question, no question about it.
Has TaShawn been practicing again in 12 minutes today? I assume there was some sort of restriction.
She hasn't got full court yet.
Okay.
So,
first time.
yeah, she's done some half court live, and you know, maybe a transition or two here and there, but nothing certainly in 5-on-5 activity.
How do you think she looked in? I mean, you hadn't seen.
Thought she was fine, yeah. Struggled a little bit with the perimeter shot. I thought she kind of rushed a couple and, you know, maybe wouldn't normally take those, but she was trying to, I think, get a rhythm. But looked good attacking the basket, and, yeah, I thought she looked pretty good, actually.
Right, pretty self-explanatory, but just can you speak to the value of this game and getting a game today? Before, I know it would have been Utah, Colorado, but you've got Stanford on Friday. I mean, just the importance of getting this game played.
Huge. Otherwise, we may have looked like that against Stanford in the first half, you know, and trying to work out some of the kinks. And I think just because we have, you know, some players back doesn't mean that they're magically going to just click all of a sudden. That's going to take some time. It'll take several games, but I think you gotta have one game to start, and they did. So we did some good stuff, and now we have players that are going to have to execute different roles for us. And you could see there was a little bit of we struggled with that tonight.
Some of the positives from having a game like this, other than, you know, the obvious, like you getting ready for Stanford.
Look at you, Mr. Glass Half Full. Yeah, 2022, we're all going to look at the glass half full. There were some good things, yeah, really good things. I like the energy that Shania Pinto brought, you know, defensively and on the boards. Niara, we've already mentioned. I mean, we expect that from her, but I thought she actually really had a good, solid game. I thought the fourth quarter, defensively, we looked like we were a lot more engaged and decided, okay, we want to defend these guys, and did so. Again, running as many, you know, it looked like tonight a little bit like hockey, some line changes, a lot of people in, a lot of people out. We couldn't play TaShawn or Niara more than 2 or 3 minutes at a time, so there was a lot more, you know, people in and out, and to only have 13 turnovers It's okay. It's too many, but it's not too bad. We shot the ball pretty well overall. Had some players attack the basket. I thought Elise Hurst did a nice job of attacking the basket. We didn't have a great 3-point shooting night. I haven't even seen that number, but I don't think we made many, did we? Okay, well, that's not many. So, but yeah, we did some good things. Thank you for a Raider fan to look at the positives. That's really something.
Raiders, they got a chance to get to the playoffs.
Okay, yeah.
Just a couple of housekeeping ones.
What's that?
Taylor Hosendove today, I don't think she was on the.
She's in COVID protocol, so yep, we hope to have her in the next day or so. Yep.
And I was going to ask, maybe on similar lines, but Kylie wearing a mask, I haven't seen a player.
Just
do
came
that.
out of it.
Okay.
Yep. So she had not practiced yet either. A little bit yesterday. So that's, we got some reason. I'll tell you, every time I look at these scores and somebody says, oh, there was an upset here or this team, who the hell knows right now? You just don't know who's playing. Who's been out, who's had no practice coming back. It's going to be crazy this next month. I just hope we can all get through it.
So how frustrating is that, just to kind of have the unknown, even though you kind of dealt with it a little bit last year?
See, I think it was easier last year because, we didn't have, I'm trying to explain how it was. We just don't know right now. I think last year we kind of knew, there wasn't the team outbreaks all of a sudden. We just didn't want it to spread with fans and things like that, but there wasn't a ton of issues within teams. Well, now you just don't know, and it's a crazy way to go through life not knowing what tomorrow brings. Think about that. I have no idea if we have a game next week, who will play next week, who will be in the game next week. I mean, that's never happened, I think last year at least basically everybody played every game. So I don't know. This is just the Wild West, COVID style.
One, with the mandate, did everybody get the boosters during break?
I don't know if I can reveal that. I think pretty much we either all have it or we're scheduled to get it, yes.
Secondly, from a rescheduling standpoint, just what's your understanding of what that, because last year the urgency on the women's side from the Pac-12 was lacking, and Corey and JR could certainly speak to that. So what is your understanding of?
I hope they do the right thing and make these games up. I think it's only the right thing to do. And it might take a sacrifice. It might take an extra flight. It might take a Tuesday game. I don't know, but I think they need to make that a priority. I truly do. And last year it was not. I think they had a plan, and then they ended up not making up a single game. I say we. So I don't know. But the problem is you've got just so many of them, and who knows what next week brings. So hopefully there's a contingency plan in place. But I'm glad that we were one of 3 Pac-12 teams able to play today. Crazy to say.